Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I got a short one for you today, and before we get into it, I know you can kind of see what I'm drawing here, but I wanted to let you know that I'm sorry that I've been so MIA. I've had a lot of life stuff going on. I think for everyone the holidays gets kind of crazy, but it got really crazy for me. But I feel, new year, I feel energized to once again pick up doing creative projects, especially YouTube, and I don't know, I'm just grateful that every time I post there are even a couple people who watch my videos, so thank you, y'all are the real ones, I appreciate it. Anyways, to what you are seeing on the screen, I am drawing out a little sort of vision test of what I want to do with this lamp that I found. I want to give it a new lampshade, and I want it to be really magical, kind of enchanted forest sort of theme, so I'm just going to be gluing a ton of leaves onto this bad boy, and maybe even have some beautiful draping of beads. This is the lamp. I found this on Facebook Marketplace, such an incredible find, but to be totally honest with you, this lamp cover or the lampshade cover is not my favorite. So luckily that was really easy to take off, and I was able to keep all of the top pieces. This is the beading that came on the lampshade. It's a ton, and I'm going to be harvesting it, hopefully reusing some of it for this project, if not using it for other projects. I've been getting really into the idea of doing embroidery lately. These long glass beads, I have no idea what I could do with those, so if you have any ideas, let me know, because they are really, really long, really, really big. Don't know what to do with them. But I ended up harvesting a ton of beads off this thing, which I'm really, really excited about. Like I said, I want to use it for this project. Oh, here's also a pretty trim that came off of that thing. I'm going to take all these beads and organize them into cute little baggies that I've kept from like ordering BS online. And I just keep all the little baggies because I feel bad about throwing them away because they're plastic and I can use them for storage. And here I am doing exactly that. Also, I don't have tons of footage, but this is me rolling that trim around a little extra spoolie that I have to save for later. Would you believe me if I told you this galvanized steel wire was from when I made chainmail like 6 years ago, something like that? I don't know. But this is going to be sort of the base of the new lampshade. I made a big hole, which is kind of the bottom of the lampshade, and then a smaller hole, which is the top hole circle, which is the top of the lampshade. I then measured how long I want it to be, and then I cut four pieces of wire to be that length, plus an extra inch because the tops and bottoms were gonna have to curl over. But I cut 4 equal pieces, and then I got out my what are these? Clamp. Why can't I think of the words for these? Shoot. Well, I curled them over to kind of make like a little loop. And then I looped the small ring through that. And then you have like almost a little leg coming off of it. Now I know that these are free floating. We'll take care of that later. Don't worry about it. But I did that for all 4 lines of wire. I really like this gauge. I wish I could remember off the top of my head what gauge it is, but it's thick enough that it doesn't bend super easy, but thin enough that it does bend. It just takes, some effort. But this is kind of what we're working with. This is the skeleton. You can see on my cutting mat, that is the surface that I'm working on, there are these perfect squares, and I kind of used those to mark out the corners, so to speak, of each circle. I kind of just eyeballed it, which will become an issue later down the line, you'll see. But I marked out each, again, corner in air quotes, and tried to tape each of the strands of wire in that spot. Same thing with the bottom ring, making sure that it all lines up nicely, and then also tape on the bottoms as well. Not only does this help with keeping it in place, which is the main function of it, but also this wire is it's steel and it's sharp and it hurts. So this also will help you prevent, like, I don't know, just cutting your fingies on it at all. I really struggled with deciding what kind of shape I wanted to have for this. You'll see as we go on. And immediately I also had some some length issues, some fit issues. I don't know what it is. All of these pieces are, I thought, perfectly even, but you can see it's kind of leaning to one side. Like a bunch of pieces are bigger. And so I started cutting, I started modifying, I started messing with it, and it just never really got better. And we'll get there. But overall at this point, I was mostly happy with it. Little fit check of the fitting. And then I have, look at all of this scrap. I am a scrap fiend. I was looking for lots of green strips of fabric to make almost like a little green ribbon. I used as much of this green fabric as I could that I had left over from other projects. But essentially the idea is you're going to take this ribbon of fabric. Oh, and here I am wrapping it around a little, extra spoolie to think that would help me wrapping, which I guess it did, but I messed it up. Anyways, and then you just start wrapping it around. This is the method that I've seen on Instagram and stuff when you're working with lamps, is you want to put a layer of fabric wrapped around the whole thing so that you can sew kind of directly onto the lamp, which was originally it was my plan. It was exactly what I did with at least the fabric. But man, when we get to those leaves, I think I tried to do one leaf with sewing, and then I just went straight for hot glue. Here I am picking a fabric to kind of be the base of it all. I went with this lovely green crushed velvet. And then I decided that I wanted it to be like kind of a bulbous shape, so I shaped the wire for that. Cut out a piece of that stretch velvet that generally fit the size of the space I was covering, folded it over, pulled it like a little taut, not a lot. If you do too much, it's gonna make it all warpy and warbly, but if you do just a little bit, pin it in place, and then, we're off to the races, and we're sewing that puppy on. This took way too long. I would not recommend this unless you're planning on sewing things like I was when I did this and then I bailed because, oh my god, that's so much work. If you are down to have, hard globs of glue at each of these spaces, keeping that in mind with your design. See, look how wonky that is. Anyways, I recommend you just glue it with like hot glue or something. Maybe do some hand sewing in pivotal spots, but see, here's why that bulbous shape didn't quite work out. You can see that where I'm having it be bulbous, it's bulbous, and then in the spaces in between, it's just completely flat because obviously, I would have needed another 4. So here's my solution. I had one side that was too long, one that was too short, so I just bent the wires, decided to go with more of like a straight shape. Look at how wonky that is. That's like a weird trapezoid. This project did not go how I was planning it to. But you know what? We persevere. I picked the side that was going to be the front. Called it a day. As far as foliage goes, we have this ivy that's like from Amazon, and then a bunch of leftover plastic foliage from when I did my hedge wall in my office, and that good hot glue. If you're a cosplayer, you know what's up. I initially was going to be kind of like strategic about how I placed a lot of this. Quickly, I sort of realized that I should just cover the whole thing in leaves, essentially, and then kind of put, like, decorative pieces, like, shove them in there as I go. Okay, so as we watch this little montage of me gluing leaves onto this thing, I wanted to give you guys, I guess, a little bit of an update. My goal for this year is to upload one YouTube video a year. I'm not being super strict on, like, how high quality it is. Obviously, I want them to be high quality, but like, this is the first video of the year, and I wouldn't call it my highest quality video of all time. It's honestly a project that I kind of abandoned. Anyways, point being, I want to upload one YouTube video a month, which is crazy to me that is like difficult for me because I feel like I see a bunch of YouTubers upload like, oh, if I just reduce it from 3 uploads a week to 1 upload a week, that would help so much. I'm like, I can hardly do 1 a month. What are you talking about? But I really want to focus on crafting. I do want to do cosplay stuff. I have a few things in the works. I ordered fabric the other day for a project I'm very, very excited about. If you like Baldur's Gate, get excited. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm really going to try to focus on like doing this hobby in a capacity that is good for me, and if I can upload more often than that, I will. But sometimes life gets weird, life gets hard, work is pretty demanding for me, and it is pretty draining oftentimes as well. But I really enjoy this. I feel like my heart keeps coming back to it, and so I want to keep doing it. And I hope some of you will stick around to see that. So yeah, I guess that's it for now. Here's the thing fully covered in leaves. I'm adding a couple of extra little, like little special bits. The ivy's sort of the basic leaf, and then all of these dangly bits are the special ones. And to be perfectly honest with you, if not for the weird shape of this whole thing, I actually kind of like how this turned out. Here is how I sort of attached it to the top of the lampshade. I just took more of that wire, made a little loop, curved it so that it fit over the, that little metal bit, and screwed the top in place. And then guess what? I just took this and I just plopped it on top. Because it is that velvet, it just grabs onto it real nice. The other thing is I started with the beading. I gave up really, really quick, but I do love how the light catches it. Okay, so I'm gonna be totally real with you guys. This did not turn out exactly like I was hoping. I mean, it's very cute. The vibe of it is perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. This one sad little bead all on its own, that's pretty much where I abandoned the project. I still love the base of it. I still love the idea of this. I think, and it does turn on. Only one of the lights works. I don't know if you can really see how much light is coming down from there. I ordered new light bulbs. They haven't gotten here yet. But they are like dimmer lights. It's like a night light kind of vibe, which is fine. I wasn't hoping for anything super bright or like reading light or anything. But here's what I think I might actually end up doing with this. Because as you can see, the whole thing is real wonky, real lopsided. So I think what I might actually do is rip all of the leaves off of this, take the original base that it came with, see if I can maybe do like a duct tape pattern for it or something to get a fabric base, because I don't think hot glue is gonna glue these puppies onto that frosted glass very well. So I'll make a little pattern, but this was still a fun project. It was still fun to do. It was still very much a learning journey. I have another tree related lamp project idea in the works. So I guess this was sort of like a mini version of that, a little bit of a testing ground, if you will. But yeah, overall, I'm glad to be back working on some projects. I want to lean more into some creative ideas and creative projects this year. I don't know, it's hit me lately that life is short, and if you want something, you have to actually do it and work towards it. I think YouTube is a good way to push myself to work on stuff and to make projects when I would otherwise just like watch YouTube all day and sort of do nothing. And so yeah, like I said earlier, I hope maybe some of you guys are interested in that and along for the ride. And I'm already getting a taste of how difficult it might be to juggle work with this little, with this channel. And so I'm gonna be gracious with myself, as I think you all should be too with your own goals. Life is short. Have a good time. People are gonna judge you no matter what you do, so you might as well have fun. Only took me 29 years to figure that out and to lean into that. Anyways, thanks for coming to a casual lamp video. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.